It takes a lot of drama and a lot of hard experiences for people to wake up and realize they need to be doing something. They need to get a little more proactive. Now, as we know, as people wake up, we are in a huge awakening right now. We're in a huge period of people no longer being able to just sit back and ignore it all anymore, because things have gotten so much in their face, so much right there on them, that they can't ignore it.
Since 2013, we have been given messages from the spirit world through psychic communication, dreams, and personal experiences, which have been validated through numerous paranormal sessions.
My brother Jonathan
and a group known as the Council of 12 have given us predictions, guidance, and information surrounding everything from ufology, spirituality, to politics, and ancient history, all of which we have investigated to the best of our ability. Throughout this quest, your contribution has been vital to our work. So if you find this video useful, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, join the conversation in the comment section below. You are the ones that help us along this journey. We are so grateful for everything you have given us. So join us on our quest into the cutting edge of research, and welcome to the Paranormal Now investigations.
Codes. In the modern world, we are surrounded by codes daily, through our computers, smartphones and other technologies. Yet codes and symbols have been synonymous with human history. Astrology, numerology, divination, tarot and other such disciplines have been part of human culture for centuries, possibly giving us insight into where we are personally and globally in our evolution. An Nicholes George is a code interpreter and works with amalgamation of these disciplines that she has used to offer insights into our current global awakening and the times we now face on planet Earth. Jessie came into contact with these codes, which form a language to her, after a series of intense transformative experiences, culminating in her experiencing a walk-in. A walk-in is where one soul leaves the body and another soul comes in, normally from the same soul group. Jessie now goes by the name of An, and details her walk-in and other personal insights, along with a day-by-day breakdown of the codes for each day of 2020 in her yearly book, The Code Journey. We asked Anne about her insights of everything that's happened in the world right now. This is what she had to say. When all this started to hit back in January, is one of the things that everyone was saying was, I thought we would have had more time. So did this happen sooner than it was anticipated? Did this kind of start to go? Because what it feels like at the moment, and I've been having these conversations with people, is it feels more like a mudslide. It feels like as one starts moving, the other starts coming, and then as you sort of start to get a handle on that, and another piece starts coming down, and it feels like it's literally like an avalanche in a sense. And we have been saying on this channel for years that the world has been on a knife edge. And if the world was on a knife edge like in 2016, now it is literally sort of hanging off the edge of the knife and sort of, you know, legs dangling in the air over the abyss, wondering what the hell it's going to do with itself, whilst probably kicking someone else they don't like in the gonads. That's kind of, for me, I don't know why I felt that I needed to ask that question, but was this shift sort of supposed to happen now, or was it something is that something that your insights could tell you, or not? Because that's something that a lot of people just were saying to me around about that time, is we should have had more time.
Well, yes and no. We've actually had a lot of time, but people haven't been paying attention to that. They've been sitting back in a very relaxed way, a very not worrying about it kind of way. And so the big change time period, we've really just entered this year, 2020. And so we've had all these little drips going along the way. It's kind of like that little drip of water coming out of the dam. And now the dam's getting closer and closer to breaking here. And so what happens too is as people shift their mindset, and unfortunately it takes a lot of drama and a lot of hard experiences for people to wake up and realize they need to be doing something. They need to get a little more proactive. They need to do it. And you'll actually hear a lot of people saying, hey, I never wanted to get into the politics end of something. I never wanted to do certain things, but I'm finding myself there. And there's various reasons behind it, because their soul will not let them sit back. And that's part of what happened to me. I'm being thrust into this area of world events and politics and things like that. And yet here I am. And I realize now why I'm moving into this area, because the codes are about truth. And there's so much confusion. There's so much being thrown at people that there has to be some sort of aspect for them to go to and say, what's really happening here? It's time. It's ready for them to open some of these deeper layers. Now, as we know, as people wake up, we are in a huge awakening right now. We're in a huge period of people no longer being able to just sit back and ignore it all anymore, because things have gotten so much in their face, so much right there on them, that they can't ignore it. They can't just run away from it or shut the door and pretend it doesn't exist anymore. This is not like other times in history or points in time that we've been through. So as people wake up, they move more and more into that fifth dimensional energy flow. They start to rethink things. They start to look at things. They start to become more aware. They're no longer sitting in 100% sleep state anymore. And as that happens, the more people that are waking up, the more people that are questioning things, the more people that are asking questions, the more people that are saying, I got to do something now, then the faster those timelines speed up.
I was having a conversation with my uncle yesterday, and he was saying, in the 60s you had the civil rights movement, and a few years later you had like the Hong Kong flu, or we had the Spanish flu in 1918, and then we had like the uprising. I think it was like in the 1920s in the UK. We had a period of like workers' uprisings, and then we had a period of the Great Depression sort of surrounding that as well. He said we've had all that in about 6 weeks.